But I think also we had really bad heads.
All right, I'll make a couple examples for you here. Like I said. How much of that was shot while moving?
None.
Great, quite until you're like, yeah, that was completely static. Even over here, it was probably like a painfully long time. Well, I stopped, stabilized everything, and then gave myself permission to shoot. Do it again. How much of that was shot while moving?
Half of it.
What's that?
I say 50%.
Well,
No, Mo's answers.
I said none.
What's that?
I said almost none.
Right, so everybody's hearing this discussion. So what you saw is like how much shooting on the move, like in terms of heel to toe, roll step, and shooting like that, did you see? Zero.
Zero, yeah.
But it wouldn't be fair to say I was standing still either.
Right.
No.
Would it?
No.
Right? So this is the problem. When we're actually, it's not really a problem, it's just the nature of what shooting's gonna look like on stages. People think of shooting on the move as like this. Like that's shooting on the move to them. But I would be like way looser with the definition. Like anytime my center of gravity is getting going, I would think, okay, now we're starting to introduce movement into this.
Shooting dynamically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like the way that people actually do dynamic shooting, it's more like as they leave a position they're standing in, or as they arrive in a place they need to be, they tend to be shooting around the edges, right? That's where you actually see shooting on the move. Okay, so that's what we're trying to bring out with this exercise here. So I want to stipulate the engagement order to have you leave on this partial target. Why do you think I put a no shoot on that one?
To make it harder.
Well, how about this? To make you accountable.
Yeah.
How hard is it just to throw the gun over there, clack the trigger twice? They'll be on brown probably, right? So we'll just reduce the aiming area so you have to do things properly and look to a small spot.
Okay.
What I want to emphasize here is like I kind of like roll out of position or fall out of position, something like that. We'll draw, we'll start shooting while we're still, and at some point here, you just start rolling out of position in the direction you want to go. You can think of it as falling. Like I'm getting my center of gravity moving in the direction I want to go while I'm shooting. Now here, a convenient spot for me was as soon as I recognize the dots lifting off the plate, like I just shot that plate, when I go to the next target, I'm just going to start falling in the direction I want to go. That's how I conceptualized it.
Okay.
So like these two, I was off my center shooting, and then the last target, I was not stopped when I pulled the trigger. So the majority of this, I would say I was like off balance while I was shooting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to try to do this in a nice fluid way. So let me make another example for you here. What was up with that?
Robotic.
Right,
Standing still.
yeah, it's like I kind of tried to do the thing I was talking about, but it didn't look fluid or natural. It was just like shoot, lean, stop, shoot, lean, stop. Like, and where I want to get to is where I'm shooting and kind of rolling out of position, and I don't stop the momentum once I get it. I roll out of here, nice and fluidly. Make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pretty obvious how this would apply on stages, right?
Yes.
Pretty obvious. Okay, well, there it is. I'll be up here running this exercise. You know, I want everybody should get a look at each side, hopefully, and then we'll flip this to shooting into position, which will be really similar. Over down there on the stage, you can go down there and bang on it as much as you want, live fire, dry fire, whatever you want to do. After we get through everybody repping this out, like I said, we'll flip it to another drill, we'll talk again, everybody will shoot that, and you'll be able to shoot on the stage as much as you want during that. Make sense? Okay, let's fix this up and we'll get going. Stand by. Alex, this is the event, my man.
Huh? Okay.
Timed event.
All right.
You ready? Stand by. You're too sucked into this. Like, I would look to the console, like, look here, look here. Stand by.
I did it again.
Fuck, Alex.
I missed the steal and I was already leaving.
Okay, so it's like you don't commit to anything until you decide. So if your plan is shoot the steal, then look when I try to like that, then that's what happens.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, no,
like
I know
there's
what
still
you're
a
saying.
reactive feature to this.
Okay, so my cue should be after I hit the
Yeah, if that's, I mean, I
No,
think
that
that's
should
pretty-
be my cue.
I think that's
Here.
That's he was shooting great foot. So full time squat doing that. And he
Spot,
took,
spot, spot, spot.
right and
stand by.
and he's like seriously, right?
This is looking like trash. I'm not going to the spot.
This was this one that crashed right here. I was
I'm just transitioning off of here and just looking at brown, and here I'm looking at a spot.
You ready? Stand by.
I think that was better. I looked to a spot.
Okay. Try it again.
we need 9 for this.
Bye.
Okay.
And unload, guys.